Hello, my juicy jelly beans. This is the biggest project I've ever made, and I'm feeling very emotional. Scared, excited, nervous, excited, and angry. Oh, yes, and you will see why. This mold is 50 centimeters big, and I had to do it on another table. If this works, I'm so going to be doing more because it's a blank canvas and we can let our imagination run wild. For resin, I'm going to use Let's Resin 1:1. I've already prepared mine. They've already been mixed and degassed. The colours I've chosen are Jacquard Lumiere in pearlescent blue. Make sure to mix the pigments before you add them to your resin. I love this collection of Lumiere. With the same stirring stick, add some to each pot. I actually did one for each cup. Mix them in really well. I ended up pouring one of the cups into the other to speed it up as we only have a 40-minute work time. Next up, I added 1 drop of black pigment paste and a little spoonful of Let's Resin dark blue mica powder, a spoonful of blue, and 2 spoonfuls of their lawn green. I sound like I'm doing a cooking lesson. Don't forget the onions. Mix every cup in really well as we don't want any blobs of the paint that didn't get mixed in properly. This is our base colour. Okay, here goes. Begin to pour your resin into your mould. It's highly important that your table is level, which I completely forgot to check. But that's just me. The excitement and the terror overtook. I'm loving how the Lumiere pearlescent gives that sheen. I'm not filling the mould to the top just yet, so this is just a layer, approximately 1 centimetre high. Go over it with a heat gun to help any bubbles pop, and with a stirring stick, go around the sides to make sure there aren't any bubbles. Then leave it to completely dry. So I printed out an enthusiast on my Cricut. This will help me know where exactly I want my main image placed. You can use a stencil, or if you're a brave jelly bean, go freehand. With a chalk pencil, I'm going over the outline of the image. This pencil is old and comes in a box with large variety of colours, so I won't leave where I got it in the description box, but I'll find something similar for you. As I go around the silhouette, I'm peeling off the sticker so I know that I'm on the right track. And that way I can see the outline because it's chalk and it rubs off really easily. I'm going to be outrageous and also go over the line with a Pebeo relief paint in gold. Not only will this give an outline, but it will also give us a 3D textured effect. Everything I'm using today, I will link in the description box and any discount codes I have for you. Go over the outline with your relief paint. You don't have to make perfect lines, says Miss Shaky Hands. But trust me, it doesn't have to be perfect. Continue to go over the whole silhouette, outlining with your pencil, peeling off the sticker, and drawing over with your relief paint till you've completed it all. With the same relief paint, I joined and filled in empty spaces as we need a border for the next step. I also went around the whole Nautilus with a wider edge, and as you can see, no straight lines, and yes, I did it on purpose. Next up, I'm going to be using this Jacquard Lumiere in metallic gold. I'm going to use a small little plate to add a few drops of this colour, and we will need an old toothbrush. Dip and drench the toothbrush with the pigment and begin to flick the paint over and around the edge of the shell. Then leave it to completely dry. With the same plate, add a bit of water and more of the metallic gold pigment. Mix them in to create a watered down consistency. Grab a smallish soft brush and begin to tap the paint all around the edges. This will create splashes and break the harsh line. And it's so fun to do. Don't worry if you get a drop on the actual piece, as this will add character and blend in with everything. Keep doing it till you're happy with the amount, then let it dry. This has dried, and we're now going to begin to give it some colour. I've chosen from the Let's Resin alcohol pigments collection, sapphire, white, black, and Let's Resin high viscosity UV. Squeeze a small amount into 3 different disposable cups. Do a small amount as we can always make more as we go along. This will avoid the UV curing before time. And hey, truth be told, I don't like to waste colour. Grab your white and make sure to really shake your bottle well, as all the pigment will be at the bottom and the alcohol on the top. Add a few drops to your cup and mix it all in. I want a milky white, not an opaque. Grab the sapphire blue and add 2 drops into your white. I'm going for a soft pastel. Now with the other 2 cups, I added 1 drop to each of the sapphire blue. And to one of those cups, I added a few drops of black. We just want to make the blue a few shades darker, so don't go too crazy with the black. So now we have our colours ready. Grab the pastel blue and with your stirring stick begin to fill in the cavities. We're only going to do 2 to 3 at a time. Spread the colour all around and fill the cavity completely, but only enough to have a thin layer as we need the space to add more layers. The Pebeo paint will hold in like a barrier. Do not cure. Once done, grab your pot that just has the blue in it and begin to drizzle over each section, a small amount. Now grab your pot that has the darker blue and drizzle a small amount towards the inner corner. With a skewer stick, begin to merge the colours a bit. Then cure with a UV lamp for about 2 minutes. Continue to do the same to the rest. You will need to refill your cups. As you get more towards the centre of your piece, begin to go darker. Therefore, less pastel and more dark blue. Cure as you go along. Next up, I'm going to be using Lumiere in pearlescent turquoise. Put a few drops onto your plate. Grab a really soft big brush. Dip into the paint lightly, just enough to cover the tips of the bristles. You can use your fingers to spread the colour. Begin to softly dab onto the outside of the edge of the shell and let it dry. In another disposable pot, add a small amount of Let's Resin High Viscosity UV and a few drops of vanilla from the Octopus series. This pigment is opaque. Mix it all in. Grab a medium-sized dotting tool and some of the pigment and begin to paint all around the outer edge. We're not looking for perfect round dots, so if they smudge a bit, then perfect. Leave it to dry completely. For resin, I'm going to use the Let's Resin Tabletop 1:1, which I have really been wanting to try. This is perfect for when making a table as it's more scratch-proof and stronger too. I've already prepared my resin and this stuff is thick. So thick that I had to mix it by hand because my mixer, it couldn't. Plus, I didn't want to burn the thing. If I decide to make more of these, I'll have to use a potent food mixer or something because my wrists were aching. I prepared 4 pots and I poured them as I made them. It only has a working time of 20 minutes. So yep, next time I better get a big pot to mix it all in at once. Pour the contents into your mold and use a spatula to help it spread all around and leave it to completely cure. Now, I'm such a goofball. I placed a cover over my piece because I didn't want to get any dust particles. Well, 20 minutes later, I just wanted to have another look, just to see if I was happy with my design. And I see that the cover has buckled. It's a large piece of protected foam you get from a package. And of course, oh boy, I realized that the heat that the resin generates has made it sink in. It's foam. It's plastic. What was I thinking? So I lifted it up. Yeah, my heart hit the floor. Do I get angry and give up? I mean, just look at it. So after cry laughing, I decided to try and sand it down as much as possible. Okay, so I've gotten up to here. I'm exhausted. There are parts, they're just too deep and I'm worried. I'm just going to end up with no table. So all these holes don't bother me. These bits, a little bit. So I have gritted it down to, I was using a grit of P40. So now I'm just going to start using higher ones so that it becomes nice and soft. That's mad. This is mad. But I'm not going to give up. I've used isopropyl alcohol to clean off all the dust. And I prepared more Let's Resin tabletop. We need now to give it a top coat and pray. Pour the resin over your piece and use a spatula to help spread the resin around. Use a torch to burst any bubbles. So far, it looks like it's covering all the holes and making them disappear. Once done, let it cure for a good 2 days before you add the legs. Keep watching for the end results. Toodles!